believe everything is correctly configured, so I'll do... Oh, how much fuel am I taking? I've requested 2,000 kilos, so let's ask for 2,500 in the plane. Track real world date and time. Confirm. And I'm going from KTYS. I'm flying north, so there. Confirm. Start. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to do proper flight plans. See, I took a selfie the other day. I don't take very many, but I did take one. Let's see if I can find it. I'll share it then.
Hey, by the way, yesterday I flying DC-8.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You mentioned something about that. Yeah.
Wow, really interesting. Old. Everything is working, and I think it will be cheap in VA.
DC-8? I'm not sure.
No.
Could be expensive. I'll have a look, but we can see.
It's okay, I have ready my hooker. So, we planning to... This is there.
Yeah, there you go. There's my face.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I figure I've seen your face. That's only fair. And I took this a few days ago at university. Okay, now I'm logged in. Thanks, Lizzie. I should accept the route. I should disconnect and reconnect to make sure. Yeah, that's fine. And then zoom out, see where I'm going. Okay, depause the simulator. Log into SimBuddy. Load the virtual airline. Load passengers. At least this doesn't take as long to load the passengers. Okay, now set heading.
So, John, do you remember which
we're all set.
On. I'm sorry, 1 second. Could you repeat that? Because the SimBuddy was shouting at me.
Yes. Do you remember what flight they should take now?
Oh, for Buffalo, right? K-Buff? I'll find it for you. It is route 0215.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so then fasten the seatbelts. There's that one. Find myself on somebody's map. Okay. I think everything should be ready to go. Just need to set my autopilot settings. 230 knots. 27,000 feet. climb at 2,500 feet per minute. Six 27. Okay. Set chase feed lux up. Got the feeling this airport wasn't designed with the runways following the terrain in mind, but whatever. Okay, I think that's everything ready. I'll turn off vertical speed for a moment till I get up in the air. I'll turn the flight director, and then I can take off. And rotate. On vertical speed. That's up. $2,500. That's what we're climbing at. And then I want about 65 degrees. So let's move a bit. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. South. And that's a heading of 65 magnetic. I noticed in the 747 you can choose whether you want to have magnetic or true heading. This could be pretty useful. Let's check outside the plane. Everything looks good. We're 230 knots. So let's climb again. Faster. 8,500 feet per minute. Let's go even faster. 4,000 feet per minute. Should be a few more degrees south, so let's do that. Set my heading to, what is it right now? 65, let's set it to 75. Oh, I meant to turn Exavaro on. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think you'll be disappointed with X-Enviro. I think that's a pretty solid piece of software. And then when you get to K-Buff, you should probably fly back to KIAD. So I'll make a route for that.
Yes. I just accept the role.
Okay. Cool. Okay, that route should be created. I'll just check. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have loads of passengers or cargo yet. Maybe that'll increase by the time you get there. I want to fly it. It will be flight 0512.
Mm-hmm.
That's confusing because the flight on the way there is 0215. Quite high up already. That's good. 20 something thousand feet. I can increase my speed then. Oh yeah, well I am climbing quite quickly.
So how is fly with Hawker?
You mean like how's it going?
Yes.
Yeah, seems fine. I'm at cruising height, cruising speed. I think I'm on a good
Because last
path.
time you didn't fly Hawker, right?
Yeah, but I'm used to it. I think it's not too bad because I've got the autopilot set to the HOTAS, so I don't have to remember exactly where all the dials are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, main thing is just takeoff and landing. But that's not too bad either, I think. I hope I can do a smooth landing though.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm zoomed out, so because I'm heading towards where you're leaving from, I can see you on the SimBuddy map as well. Hmm. Wow. Hmm. I'm looking at this now. I'll post it in general because it's new.
For what? For
Uh,
what are you looking?
I'm looking at I posted in general. It's on the store.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, Alabama, Connecticut, Washington, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine. Wow. Not very expensive. Let's have a look at the pictures to see if it's really good.
Do you know maybe in plugins what is SASL? And
Um,
there is thing server. What is this?
SASL is I forget what it stands for, but it's basically a scripting language that allows people to write plugins. So it's like a plugin that
Uh-huh.
allows more plugins. So it's a default
Uh-huh.
thing. It comes with a lot of aircraft, for instance. They use it to write the custom avionics.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Oh, they also have Extreme Trees West, so I'll have a look at what that covers. Oh wow, so that covers the whole of the USA then. That's quite tempting. Good for VFR flights and stuff like that. I'm enjoying SimBuddy, but I also probably need to do some flights not on SimBuddy just to test planes. Oh, cool. There's a demo.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm not sure where you find it. Well, this is a pretty good review. I'm posting it in general. I just thought, now I have a massive new hard drive, I need to render the rest of the USA in auto.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so warm today. It was cool earlier, but it's really warmed up now. It's like, melting.
But I watch your weather channel, and I think the Canadians are very happy. You have
Yeah.
24, 22, 26 maximum. Here in Europe, it's almost 30 already. Half month. There is
Yes.
no spring. After
Yeah.
winter, you have straight summer.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what's happening here. It's winter until we have like maybe 1 month of spring.
Hmm.
I got 122 nautical miles. I think the whole journey is about 500. Sorry about the noises from the microphone. It's annoying me. Sometimes it just rattles. Okay, yeah, that looks good. I've got about 2 hours of fuel left, but it's not going to take that long to get there. Okay, I wanted to see. Oh yeah, that's very nice of you, Lissy. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Nice to have another person in the virtual airline, and you seem like a sort of polite, friendly person, so it's good to have a polite, friendly person in the virtual airline.
So I take off, everything is okay. I finally, first time I take off with switch on autopilot,
Oh yeah.
with
You know,
auto throttle.
what I'm doing now is I use autopilot, but I leave vertical speed off until
Are you
I've
there,
got speed up.
John?
Oh yeah. Did I mute myself?
Switch.
Whoops! I accidentally
Yeah.
muted. Sorry, I muted myself. I didn't realize.
No, it's okay. Hey, Lissy, of course. It's no, I didn't share with you all my aircraft, but only which one.
Yeah, we have a lot of aircraft now. It's my fault. I keep getting in more. But I think it's only fair. I mean, you can't get demos of these aircraft, and if you don't like them, there's no point buying them. But at the same
Yes.
time, if you do like them, it is good to buy them because it's hard work making them. So I think
Mhm.
sharing them if you're just going to try them is fine. And then like if you're like, oh yeah, I really like that one, yeah, then you should get it. But
What is the extreme trees? What this is something what you talk about, right?
yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I saw something like this in Microsoft or Microsoft 10.
Oh yeah, maybe it's a similar thing, but this looks quite good, and it's not too expensive, I think.
Mm-hmm. It
Uh,
will change everywhere.
all of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are two packages, same price each. One of them is for the east side of the United States, one is the west side, and between them it covers all of the United States
Mm-hmm.
and Alaska and Puerto Rico. Because
Mm-hmm.
normally, I mean, I wouldn't count those. I would say they're not part of the mainland United States. As they call
Mm-hmm.
them, the contiguous states, right? Is that
Mm-hmm.
familiar? Um,
Hmm.
because there's the contiguous United States plus Hawaii, Alaska, and the territories. So Guam, Puerto Rico, and there's one more, I think.
Hmm.
Can't remember what the third one is. Virgin Islands, maybe? No, I think they're a separate country.
Mhm.
I also want to do some flying around Hawaii. It's
Can be
the
nice.
only place in the United States I've actually been. And my wife and I went there on honeymoon for 5 days. It was really cool. But it's also sucks because 5 days to see Hawaii is not enough. But still, we saw some cool stuff. Sorry?
They say hi. They say hi like ahoy, right?
Oh,
Something like this.
aloha.
Aloha.
Yeah. And like ciao can mean hi or goodbye. Same aloha can mean hi, hello or goodbye. And thank you is mahalo. Wow, it's getting so warm in here. I wonder if Joe's put the bird back in the cage. I'll be right back. I'm back. Yeah, it would be cool, like, if they could have some kind of version of aircraft that, say, only work for 10 minutes at a time, so you can't do long flights, but you could test to see if like the systems worked and how it flies.
Mhm. Hey, and I just watching X-Enviro,
Yeah.
and on the last picture there is runway in the night, and you can see the stars. Or how is it? It
This is a
just
good.
drops of the rain on your window.
Yeah, it might be this. I will look.
So it's also raining there on X-Enviro,
It
right?
does. It does all the real weather. Yeah, like
Mm.
like fog, rain, snow,
Hmm.
uh, icy rain. I think. Like whatever the real weather is.
Hmm. Hmm.
Which picture is it?
Last one.
Oh, oh, right. No, you can actually. There are more.
Okay, two last.
Uh,
No, last picture
there
on
are
the right.
There are arrows. You can open more.
There is yes. When you press the arrow in the end,
Oh yeah.
the last picture is runway, I think.
Uh,
Runway number 12. I'm sure it's just flight.
it's a dark picture.
Yes, it's runway number 12.
Oh yeah, I think this is snow.
Mm.
Runway is runway number 12R. Like
Yes.
looking straight
Let's
down
see.
it. Okay.
This is what I think exactly.
Um, yeah, I think this is snow.
Wow. It look very interesting. Okay. I will order also this. Add
Okay.
to cart. So Dragon Lady is good, you said. I will keep in my basket.
Well, don't buy it because I said so. Uh, it's I think it's good, but I haven't flown it much. Um, the model loads okay, but I couldn't say that it's like I don't know how it is to fly, but it's like quite a slow plane and it flies very very high.
Mm-hmm.
So for it's a jet, but it does about maybe 300 400 knots. Um, even though it's a military jet,
Mm-hmm.
but the main thing that makes it special is comes with a camera
Mm-hmm.
for like doing spy plane stuff, and so it's basically if you want to fly really really high without having to learn how to fly the Blackbird, it's a good plane for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And considering it's quite an old plane, like 1960s, I think, it's quite advanced, I guess. Oh yeah, do you know about Humble Bundle?
No.
Okay, I'll send the link. I'll put the link
Yes.
in Discord. It has games for sale. It's like there's like a store, but there's also these specific bundles, and sometimes they are games, sometimes they're books, sometimes they're comics, sometimes they're software. It always used to be games, but they have made it a bit wider their selection now. And what I got it this month because there is the Brainwave bundle, and I don't know that you would be interested because it's all in English, but it's one of the books was about it was a diary about the X-15.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that, and then I saw some of the other things look interesting to me as well in this Brainwave bundle. So I paid $15 to get the bundle. I thought that's not too bad. But the way this works is when you buy something from them, you can choose to how much of the money goes to the developers and the people who run the website, and then also to charity. So that's why it's called Humble, because it supports charities when you buy stuff.
Okay.
And so you could see, like when you click on one of the bundles, you can see which charities it supports. So the Brainwave one, who does it support? It supports Doctors Without Borders. So I think this is good. But yeah, it's all like books about science and stuff in that bundle. But basically, if you ever see something there, there are options. If you only want like the first level of the bundle, it's $1. So almost free, right? And sometimes they have stuff like, oh, I know Lissy plays armor, and there is armor available from the Humble Bundle, I think. Not Armor 3. Oh no, Armor 3 Apex, is it an add-on only? Here, interactive. This is kind of interesting for me though. I already have Armor 3. But you see, oh yeah, so for $15, You get all of that content, including Armor 3. And Armor 3 helicopters. Now I want to check. Now I want to check if I have that add-on, because if I don't, I might want to get that. For $15, all of that content is quite good. And it helps the Red Cross. Let's see, where would I see that? My Steam library. Armor. Armor 3 new DLC. No, I don't have it, so I think I might get that. That's a pretty good deal. All of that DLC. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. Do you have armor, Radic?
What?
Do you have Armor 3? The game.
Which one?
It's called Armor 3.
No.
Oh, well, you know what? If I get the Humble Bundle, you can have my copy.
Okay.
Because I would get it for the add-ons. I already have Armor 3, but you could get Armor 3 because it includes it in the bundle. So I would get another key for it. And I think there are like military planes and helicopters in it. Lissy would have to tell us. She knows all about it, I think. How long is it left? 9 days. That's quite good. Because my friend Nim, he might be interested too. The guy who runs the server. I mean the Discord server. Oh, I better go back to looking at my Sim Buddy information though before I get too far. Okay, I guess I want to turn a few degrees north. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I thought it starts with you. The base game has choppers and jets.
Idiot. They just crashed 2 cars now. I got message. A manager.
What? Oh shit! Oh shit!
One of them forget rice to one customer, so dispatcher, the manager of the one of the central kitchen, sent another driver, which was free, only with rice to deliver it, to be very fast to deliver it to customer. And the one which forget rice for curry, he's turning back with one-way street, and he's going very fast. And my second driver crashed to my first driver.
Oh,
Can you
fuck's sake!
How idiots they are!
Oh, fuck, man, that sucks.
So I asking managers if it's foggy outside or why it's happening.
Or foggy in their heads. Yeah, like
yes, insurance company will not pay anything.
No,
if they crash each other. You know, it's looking like they do because they want to make money.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have to take responsibility because
Yes, but we have big problem in Europe because we
Yeah.
have more working places than the people is here.
Really?
Yes. We
So
have
there's
in
underemployment.
Prague, it's zero unemployment
Wow.
now in Prague.
This is kind of good for
So
people generally, but obviously for you,
yes,
it's difficult because
it's
hard to
it's good
find new
for
people.
them. Yes, and you cannot fire them.
Yeah.
Usually, if they come late to work, I give them penalty, like
Yeah.
20 euro, for example. But now I just can just say thank you very much. You come 30 minutes late, but it's perfect.
Wow.
And they see each other if so they are not really
They learn
motivated
from
to
each other,
come here.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, people. Ah. So like I think I said before, like I look at people outside and I think about the human zoo.
Mm-hmm.
But your job is like you are like a zookeeper at the human zoo.
I have 115 employees. 100. And from it is
115. Oh,
yes, and it's 65 Vietnamese. Can you believe
I'm sorry,
out there?
65.
Vietnamese.
Oh yeah, and they don't speak much English or Czech at all, right?
No,
No
and
Czech and not much English.
they don't have bank accounts. You must give them salary all the way
In
like
cash?
in cash. Yes, because they don't trust banks, and
Wow,
Vietnamese love cash. You know.
wow. I'm surprised you're not like
Crazy?
yeah, basically not crazy, but like sad all the time.
No, I share a lot of problems with my partners.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
you
tell,
have to do
tell
something.
me.
You can't, if all these problems, you can't just deal with them. Like, you have to deal with the problem, but you can't just keep it all to yourself.
Yes.
It's too much.
10 years ago, I do everything by myself. Now, if we opening some new restaurant or something new, I always opening with partner, minimum 50-50.
Yeah,
I said like I never want something for 100%.
it's too much work, right? Like, it's already enough work. It's already too much when you share it, but
Mm-hmm.
oh, but man, I'm really sorry to hear about that. Those stupid drivers. Uh, I hope there's something, but it sounds like it's just a bad thing. Like,
So this is just crash. It's okay. You know what
yeah.
happened to me last week, last Saturday?
Oh, you said your
Because
tires?
no, it was my personal. But last
Oh,
Saturday,
right.
we hired a girl. She was 23 years old and looking a little bit like junkie,
Uh-huh.
but and she didn't bring back after all day. She didn't bring back the car and money,
Oh,
cash. So she
shit.
just go home, but she using our car and she's not responding phone and not answering phone. Sorry, and she all night driving somewhere like with Uber, but she dealing drugs all night in
Jesus
Prague with my
Christ.
car.
Fuck.
And we have 26 cars, and this car don't have GPS system. Only
Oh,
this one, so we
fuck.
cannot catch her.
Fuck.
So my chef of my drivers, he's driving all night watching this
Looking.
car in
Yeah.
Prague. So I was
Jeez.
full of stress because if she kills someone, I will
Yeah.
go to the police and prison like owner of company. So I was full of stress and I
I
said, okay,
imagine.
it's okay, just be relaxed. I hope you give them sign the contract. No, we forget. I'm so sorry. She was here for first day.
Oh,
It's okay.
fuck. Fuck.
I didn't sleep all night. I
Oh,
flying
man.
all night.
I bet. Yeah, anything just to try and distract yourself, right? Oh, man. Oh, Jesus.
I have some red point on my face.
Yeah, I
I
bet.
don't know what's happening with me.
Stress, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Stress
yes.
does many bad things.
But I just
But
go out about 3 o'clock morning and I smoke really strong joint and I forget almost that happened.
this helps a bit.
Yes.
A bit. Still, the problem is there, but you don't think about it so much.
Yes, you're right. But Christina hated it.
Yeah, I can understand. Especially, yeah. But you need to sometimes. Just life gets too much sometimes, and it's better to do that than get angry or shout at people for no reason, stuff like this. Like my wife, the guy she used to live with before I met her, I think he was a nice guy, really meant to be, but he would drink too much, and because he was stressed at his job, and then he would like punch the walls and shout, and for no reason. So, yeah, so it's like I mean it's wrong, and I do blame him. He shouldn't behave like that, and it caused my wife lots and lots of stress for many years. But also, I understand how it happens. Like people get stressed, and then when they get stressed, they don't deal with that stress the right way. And so it's good if you have things like you can smoke some weed, or because smoking weed is not as bad as like drinking lots of alcohol. Or if you've enjoyed playing video games, or if you read books or something, but something where you get yourself away from the real world for a little bit. Like you don't have to worry about it for like half an hour or something, or an hour. Just helps your stress levels get down a bit. Me, I was so bad for some years. Like I found it hard to eat. So basically, my stress was so bad. I could hardly like swallow food, and yeah, I was really underweight. But these days, that's much better.
Super.
Yeah, it was used to be very hard for me to get out of bed. Just like was like, what's the point? There's, I have nothing to do, no reason to do stuff, blah blah blah. But gradually, I changed that.
Good.
Now I just hope it stays this way. But I don't see it getting bad anytime soon. It's mostly like it's changed slowly, so I don't see it going back quickly. Oh wow, I must be over ortho now. Yeah, here we go. But yeah, if you do get the Dragon Lady and you fly it some, you will have to teach me. Because I think I'm excited to fly it because it's a very famous plane, right? I mean, the group U2 is named after it. But I don't think it's easy to fly.
Hey, I try to fly with shuttle.
Oh yeah,
space.
yeah.
Have you tried in the space?
Not well. I tried. I didn't try to actually land it, but I did try the start of the descent in the shuttle. So it starts you in space.
I started in the space.
Yes. Yeah. I did this. I started in space, but I didn't go all the way to the ground. I was just seeing what is it like.
Yes. Me too.
But it was crazy.
Yes, it is. But I saw some screenshots that someone do the takeoff with rockets.
Yeah, I don't know how you do this.
Yes,
I think you
have some special.
I think you have to modify. Well, yes, but also I think you have to modify the shuttle so it actually has rocket boosters that work. Because the model that we have that comes with X-Plane doesn't. Their thrusters don't work. it doesn't have any booster rockets and anything, right? So it couldn't take off. But there is maybe some model somewhere that someone has made that can take off. We should look for this because it would be ridiculous.
Yes.
Imagine in multiplayer doing 2 at once or 3 at once. They never do this in real life. 3 rockets taken up at once. Okay, I'm getting kind of close now. I should probably start my descent and open my map. Can I see it yet? I feel like I should be able to see it. DC is just there. DCA, there it is. Tune to nav 1. Get ready for my descent. Well, begin my descent. Flight level to 11,000 feet. But yeah, I'm sure X-Navarro, this you'll be happy with. Because I investigated before I got it. There is another program called SkyMax. But this one I think is not as good because it only displays the clouds. They are nice clouds. I don't think they are much better or much worse than X-Enviro, but maybe X-Enviro is better now because they have made some improvements. But it only shows the clouds up to 40 nautical miles away from you. So if you fly high enough, like if you're flying in the Dragon Lady, then you will just see like clouds underneath where you are, but you're high enough that you can easily see further than 40 nautical miles. So you see like a square of clouds underneath you, and then like just empty sky. Whereas X-Enviro goes all the way to the horizon, no matter how high you are.
Hey, by the way, my FPS is all my way 32, 34, 36.
Oh, nice.
It's working. I'm so happy for help.
I think maybe for me the difference is because I have ortho and I have X-Enviro turned on. So these things, even in the same place with those things turned on, yeah, there will be lower frames per second. So this is what I mean. You have to choose, like, if you're doing lots of work with the autopilot, then you can make it look really nice because you don't need very high frames per second to use the autopilot, right? But if you are flying like a... Yeah, thanks, IO. Yeah, I know you know about flying, but it doesn't work the same way for people and birds, okay? My wife's smiling. If you're going to be flying like an old biplane or something, or like a World War II prop plane or something like this, or a microlight like the ASK 21, then it's probably more important that it's very smooth flying, because there's no autopilot systems. You have to have the controls respond very smoothly. So then I would say it's more important that the game doesn't look as good. It will still look as good as possible now with your system, but it's less important to look good when you're flying that kind of flight where it's like a lot of manual control, a lot of adjustments. Like a helicopter, I think it's important that you have very smooth control responses.
Have you tried helicopter in Zimbabwe?
No, not yet.
What was
I
the
have.
sync
Yeah,
rate?
I haven't even. Well, in theory, sync rate could be almost nothing because you could very gently touch down, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe I haven't even tried helicopter with the Warthog yet, so I have to do this. Okay, well I should slow right down. I'm going way too fast. "130 knots. Right. How high up am I? Quite high up still. Like 20,000 feet. I think I'm going to have to do a circle before I can land. I guess I should start doing that then. But yeah, I'm quite excited to try a helicopter with this HOTAS.
Mhm.
I think it will be different because, well, you have to use rudder pedals with it anyway. So
Mhm.
rudder pedals with before it was like, oh well, I have to use rudder pedals with helicopters. Now it's like, oh, I have to use rudder pedals with everything. So helicopters aren't that big a change.
Mm. You know, when I had HOTAS, same like you,
Uh-huh.
uh, always when I touch him, because from iron, so it was cold always when I touch.
Oh yeah.
The
For,
stick is iron,
yeah. For
it's not
me, it's
plastic.
for me it's maybe my hands are quite warm, but for me, actually that seems strange. Normally my hands get cold, but maybe in the winter it will be different. But right
Mhm.
now, uh, the joystick is plastic. Sorry, the throttle is plastic, so it doesn't get too
Throttle
cold.
is plastic, yeah.
Yeah. But the metal on the joystick seems okay. Seems warm in my
Yes.
touch.
And also the stick in the down, it's magnetic, right? So there is no, is it string? What it's in normal joystick is string.
Spring, I think.
Spring, yes. Okay.
But actually, I
So you
think it's a
have magnets,
five-spring system. That's what I think I read.
yeah?
I think it maybe is the throttle that doesn't have any connection. It uses magnets, maybe? Because I think
Oh,
it's the throttle that is Hall effect. And I think Hall effect is
mhm.
wireless.
And also, I feel sorry for other planes because on the throttle on the left side, there is flap, just two switch, right, up
Yeah.
and down, which is shame. So I had like flaps up, and I always must to switch up and down, up and down, up and down when I want to go 3 times up.
Yeah, I think I figured this out. This is what I was trying to figure out this morning.
But
Um,
you know, when you come to the SC world and you buy the Warthog, the
uh-huh.
plane, you feel the best because it's work exactly this plane.
Yeah, well, I think the thing is, X-Plane doesn't recognize the switches on the HOTAS the same way you would expect it to. So when you move the flap switch up, it doesn't send a constant signal that that switch is sent up. It just sends the signal that it entered that position. So it sends a quick signal to X-Plane, but it doesn't send a permanent signal. So it just sets the flap one notch. But if you configure it using the target software, you can set it so that it sends a permanent signal. So you only have to move it up once, and it will keep moving the flaps until you put it back. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So it took me a long time to figure this out, but I think it will work the way I want now. So yeah, it will send a constant signal. So I needed a button for the thrust vector. So I was going to use the switch on the side of the throttle, on the left throttle, the metal switch there. But if you don't configure it like I'm doing, then you have to keep pressing it, like you say, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards to make it like the thrust vector go. And this is not acceptable. I can't use this like that. So
do you using the pinky button of it from other side when you where is the throttle? From other side there is small joystick.
oh
Where
yeah,
you're moving in a jet, in a fighter jet, you're moving up, left, right, and up and down. You know, there is small joystick on your finger, on your top of your finger.
the middle finger.
Explain, so. Yes.
Yes. No, I don't use this. It's too sensitive.
Yes, it's very sensitive.
Yeah, I tried using just one of the axes, but even there, I don't want to use the axes because what I have instead is I use the button. So I do use the button when you press it in, but I don't use the axes. I thought about making it work as a mouse, but I don't know whether I would want that either. I mean, my mouse is fine. Oh, sorry, I just have to concentrate now a bit on my landing. What angle is the runway at? It's about 330. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought X-Plane was crashing. Hopefully it's not. Yeah, I think it's just loading something. CPU's going nuts. There we go. Okay, how's my heading doing? 341. That looks about right. Okay, I need to descend to about 2,000 feet, say. Do 2,500. Okay, yeah, that's looking reasonable. I guess I tune into the localizer. 110.1. I'm going to say that's tune in now. Well, I'm not sure what you mean, Lissy. Yeah, I'm ready to log onto the localizer. Standing. This is X Enviro Clouds. So I can change the settings. X Enviro settings. Maximum resolution. Just kills my frame rate. What I'm looking for, that one, that one, that one.
Hey, do you think the lock will switch on automatically with different planes faster or slower, or it's always same time?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part of what you were saying.
About ILS?
Oh, this is a good question, since I don't really know how it works, but I think it would be the same distance for all
So
planes.
it depends or
I think the same for all planes.
so it depends where his beacon is, you know?
Yes,
This.
I would say this.
Mhm.
The thing about these clouds is so. How long have I got? Well, I should be landing soon, very soon. Yeah, the thing about these clouds is they're volumetric, so both. Yeah. Um, so you're actually like flying through them as opposed to this just textures that you're flying at. Okay, how am I doing height-wise? Not too bad. Anyway, I guess I'm quite happy with the way X-Plane looks with X-Enviro. And the X-Enviro is still being developed as well, so I feel like they just recently made some improvements to the clouds. They were textures, and they just recently made them volumetric. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. They do look better. Maybe I should have just turned that up from before. But also, it depends a bit, like, what the conditions are as to how realistic they look. Um, okay. So I think you have to. No, you don't have to cross it. So I don't know. I haven't managed to lock on, and I'm about 25 nautical miles from the runway. Yeah, I saw that. Does it work with X-Enviro? Yeah, no worries. I'll definitely read the manual. Oh, right, yeah. It just goes straight over the top of the other X-Plane stuff. Well, I'll take a look at this. It might be nice when I can't fly with X-Enviro or I don't want real weather on or whatever. But I like X-Enviro recently added, they call them crepuscular rays. And it's like you can see it in the corner of the screen where the sun's shining through the clouds. Okay, so I'm locked onto the approach, the ILS. Now I need to choose. KIAD is not available as a glide slope yet. No, I don't want to do that. It's going to mess with X-Enviro again. Settings. Just turn down the resolution of the clouds, see if it makes much difference. Now it kind of looks like it turned down the resolution of the post-processing as well, which sucks a bit. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to pause it. Plugins, X-Enviro, settings. Yeah, it did turn down the post-processing resolution, but that's not bad. Medium. And that doesn't kill the frame rate. Okay. So until I am 1900 feet above the ground, so let's go down 400 feet. Oh, that'll do, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. This is one of the things I love about X-Plane, though. There are so many things to add onto it. When I first got it, I was like, well, it's not bad. I think I can see the runway, maybe? glide slope yet? Nope.
Okay, so do you have time? Can I ask you something,
Yeah, sure.
John?
Go ahead.
So now I have, from the time when I learn how to use ILS, which I'm using for nav button, it's perfect because I come to the middle of the runway.
Uh-huh.
So I just using my stick with to use the altitude.
Uh-huh.
And I have really bigger sync rates, about 300, 350. And how do you do exactly with altitude? Because if I want switch off altitude, I still have the altitude button switch on because autopilot must be switched on because there is the navigation button switch on. If I will
Right.
switch autopilot, everything will
So
be switched off.
two
So I
way.
switch off, I don't know, let's say 500 meters before I touch ground. I switch off the throttle and I have a very fast turn altitude button to 0. But I think I'm
Oh.
doing something wrong.
Well, I wouldn't say wrong. There are different ways you can do it. I mean, obviously in the real world, there's probably a proper way to do it. But what I do is I disengage the autopilot. Right. I don't go down to 0. I go to about 500 feet above ground level, and then I disengage the autopilot completely and manually land from 500 feet.
Okay.
So it gets you very close. You go very slow, and then just because it's sim buddy, if it was real, I would eventually learn how to make it or an instructor would tell me how to make it land smoothly completely on ILS, I think. But because I want to get good sim buddy results, I make sure I land just the last little bit manually. Basically use as much of the ILS as possible, and then you don't have to disengage your autopilot so fast. You can do about 50 meters. Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, same as what Lissy is saying, really. Just before you touch down. How far am I from the airport? 10 nautical miles. How fast am I going? I'm going to say no more than 5 minutes. Yeah, sure. I'll be in a moment.
Let's say we use it like this, right? But so you turning altitude button, you turning during you landing. So you turning altitude button to 0 slowly?
Not quite 0.
It's about 50 meters underground.
Above ground, exactly. Oh wow! Suddenly it's raining and foggy. This is why. Oh no! I'm glad I'm instrument landing. I should probably select my approach now. KIAD runway 1. R01 R. Hold on. Okay, I'm just crossing the glide slope. Let's activate it.
And let's say, do you using also approach button? And you, John? You use approach button?
Not normally, no. I do a descent little piece at a time using the altitude on the autopilot.
And who say to approach button? Sorry, I talking like small girl. Who say to approach button? How fast should to go down the plane? How can I?
This is I don't fully understand this. Maybe Lissy. When I start full, I'm using approach, but when I start full Cat 3 landing. Okay, I'm doing my landing, so I have to concentrate for a second. But
Okay.
slow right down, slow right down. slow down to 140 knots. Can't see the runway. I'm on the glide slope though, so keep slowing down. Full flaps extended. I've forgotten what I was saying. Let's check the gears out, the flaps are down. Going as slow as possible. I'm on the glide slope. Everything should be okay. Except auto throttle. Let me turn it off when I get. Oh, right, yes. So maybe Lissy knows, but I don't know any way that you can change the angle of the glide slope, which means the only way to change how fast you touch down is to change how fast you go forwards, because you're always going the same angle at 3 degrees. You see on the on the map, yeah, when you hover over it says 3-degree glide slope, right? So when you're locked onto this glide slope, you're always going down at the same angle. But that means if you go forwards less quickly, you will also go down less quickly. So basically, this is why you want to go as slow as possible once you're locked onto the glide slope. Set to the minimum speed the plane will go on auto throttle. Extend speed brakes. Extend flaps. Extend gear. Extend everything. And just then disengage once you touch the ground, I think. That's what I'm going to have to do this time, because I can barely see the runway and it's too low frames per second. Okay, well, I'm descending at 500 feet per minute right now. Just about to touch down. Okay, I think I'm going to disengage the autopilot. Disengage the auto throttle. Disengage autopilot.
Approach button and the autopilot and 2. You have 2 autopilot buttons for it the right altitude and range. That's a GS catch. What is GS catch?
Hang on.
Your full signal.
I hate it when they scream. It was a bit hard, but not that bad. 547. No, it's a bit of a hard landing, but you shouldn't have screamed. Having trouble stopping. Here you go. Nose down. Brakes on. Okay. Okay, yeah, that looks right. Okay, I'll load my passengers, then I gotta go eat my supper.
Did you land?
Yes. I don't think it was too bad. They did.
It's your PC box hot?
I'm sorry?
Because is your case from PC, is it hot? Because my one is very hot.
The PC?
Bit old.
Yeah, it gets quite hot. Like the graphics card, when you feel around the back at the vent, it's too hot to keep your hand there for very long.
Yes, okay. That's
It's probably the graphics card itself can operate up to about 90 degrees. If it goes above that, it's not good. The maximum temperature it should ever go to is 100. But normally it will operate around 80 degrees Celsius. So obviously the air coming out of the back is quite hot. Okay, I finished SimBuddy, so I'll close that and that. Close the map. Log out of SimBuddy. Yes. Stop my stream.